Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams for bringing home the title to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I know some of our Raider fans up in here are bitter.
Hey, what do you mean?
Well, you know, I try to tell people this is not bandwagon shit. I try to tell people, you know, off top. And, you know, they shit on me because, like, you know, I was a huge Raiders fan back in the day. And when they left, I said goodbye. They could be my second team. The L.A. team is going to be my first because I'm from L.A., born and raised. And this team represents us. I'm not one of those dudes who likes having a fucking team that lives in another city.
All right.
I could never understand that. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure, if your father, his team was some other shit, sometimes you inherit that. But like me, nah. Where I'm from, you know, I'm Team LA, goddammit. So
right.
salute
That's right.
to the Rams
Yes.
for bringing that home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Matthew Stafford did his thing.
Matthew
for LA.
Stafford, Cooper Kupp,
Cooper.
and AD,
Man,
the other AD.
Donald. Hey, man.
Know what I'm
Donald's
saying?
beast, bro.
Yep, and not for nothing, my man Vaughn.
Big Von Miller.
Big Von Miller, he did his thing. I felt bad for Odell because like he was about to put in massive work and then that
He
just,
put in.
I mean, he
massive
did.
work.
He-
no,
did.
but I mean like in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this one, like redemption song.
Word.
But I'll say this, hey, he did put the work in that got them there.
Word up.
Like he put motherfuckers on notice. Like you better watch the fuck out because they got weapons and not for nothing, but to be able to do that last march that they did, where it was just, you know, Stafford connecting to Kupp because all the other weapons were covered. They couldn't get a running game going to save their fucking life. They had a couple good runs towards in the fourth quarter maybe, but like mostly that run game was getting shut the fuck down, and then you got, you know, a weapon just taken away, and then before that this shit even came about, they lost their fucking primary tight end too.
Yep.
I mean, they were playing. Yeah, it was tough.
But Odell, he got a touchdown. He put in a lot of work.
He put in a lot of work. Yeah,
Sure did.
Yep.
Great grab.
But if he didn't get hurt, I can imagine
that game wouldn't have been close.
No, I
That's
don't
right.
think so.
It wouldn't have been
He
close.
was on a mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why he hurt the knee. He gave
Redemption.
it all.
He gave it all. Yeah, and it was good to see them get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good
It
to
was.
see them
It
get
was
it.
deserved.
At home. Fuck.
That's what they plan to do. Shout out to Otto Melee with the Rams organization. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate the text this morning. Shout out to Rodney Hubbard and Cedric Entertainer for introducing me as well.
That was a good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was tight. It was nice and close. Hey, the Bengals played.
Yeah, the Bengals played.
Defense,
I mean,
they shut the run down.
They shut the fucking run down.
Word.
That shit was like, oh boy, these motherfuckers came for it.
Word. Weddle was a gangster. He played with a fucked up shoulder the whole fucking time. And he,
Yeah, that first play. Yeah, that first
he made
play.
He plays, man.
Yeah, he racked homeboy that first play, and his shoulder got a little tweakage. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome though. I thought it was a fucking good game. It wasn't a high scoring game. It was a lot of defense. And that shit.
That's how the Super Bowl is supposed to be.
Yeah, you win games off defense.
wins
right.
I mean, and look, defense pretty much sealed that game for him.
Not for nothing. That face mask, though. That
Oh,
they let slide.
yeah.
And they let them score, and they got the extra point and everything. And I was like, oh, so they're going to steal this Super Bowl. And then they, you know.
They gave us a makeup fucking call later on in the fourth quarter, though.
you're right.
You saw that, right?
I did. I
because
canceled it out.
Because there was, it canceled it out because they gave us a shitty call right there on the.
Yep.
I don't know if it was the 5-yard line or the goal line. They got away with one there, but that was like the one that they made up for earlier because that whole shit, he fucking grabbed homeboy's face mask, turned it,
He literally.
and got homeboy totally fucked off, got the ball and fucking ran for a touchdown. And they, you know, like what's crazy is they can't even review that play.
Yeah, that was the part that's so upsetting because it was clear as day that was foul. And then, when they had when Rams scored, when there was like a minute 45 seconds left, and they're like, "No, you gotta do it again."
Don't lean in. See,
They're like, "Yeah, it's too
It was legit though.
They called
Legit
a
call.
flag right there, and they're like, nope, run it again, and then Rams still scored. So big up to them.
Yeah, big up to the Rams. What'd you think about the Super Bowl performance?
Great, man.
C-Stone.
I thought it was good.
You thought it was cool?
It was cool.
So, as a whole, was there any parts you weren't, or you just thought it was cool? I'm getting to you, Cali Blaze, because I already know you
Wait,
got
he's
1,000
chomping at
things
the bits
to
over here.
fucking
Hey,
say.
I'll
about
say
it.
this, man. In all the moments that you think that could have went wrong with the slip up of a curse word, they were on it, and it was a really tight show for what it was.
What were they missing, or what do you think could have been swapped out, or do you think that at all?
No, it was a good performance from beginning to end. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just afterwards when I started hearing everyone talk, "Oh, this is the greatest halftime show of all time." I was like, "Hold on."
Well, I'll say this: it was a fucking great representation of hip hop.
Yep.
100%.
It was a good day for hip hop.
Because
Yeah.
they did it absolutely clean. When I know a lot of motherfuckers were expecting them to do some fuck shit.
Yep.
Because they were in the spot, and they'll never do it again, right?
Right.
Because realistically, once you do it, you know, it's thank you, and then they move on.
Yeah.
Word.
You know what I mean? To other artists that fit the bill. But like, I thought that they handled this shit supreme. Like, Snoop Dogg was extra tight.
He was dope. He
And-
was really dope. Everyone performed excellent.
Kendrick fucking
Body.
murdered it.
Murdered.
yo.
Body.
Murdered
Yeah, it's on another level.
Agreed.
Yes.
Hey, no, not just the rapping.
Yeah.
Cause on the rapping shit, you know, he's a titan.
His performance, how it sounded.
his
Yeah.
performance, and then, you know, what they had backing him up for the choreography, psh, on the money.
Hey, yeah.
M was dope too.
Yep.
Upside down 50 still was dope. It was still dope.
All right.
We'll get to that one.
But
What did you think, Sean?
I thought it was phenomenal. You know, like I said, it was in terms of like the greatest one ever. I mean, I don't know.
That's hard to say because there's
Yeah.
been a lot of great
Michael
ones.
Jackson,
Michael Jackson, Prince.
I mean, that's like off the charts.
It's one of the greatest.
but I will
One of the
say,
greatest, 100%.
yeah. I mean, for hip hop collectively, it was a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And to be in Black History Month, it was even better.
It was
Yes.
fucking awesome. And it being Cali and these guys doing it
Yeah.
and the fact that they fucking rocked California Love
Yep.
They did.
and all the right songs.
Yep.
Yeah,
That shit
man.
to me was like everything. What did you think, Cali?
All right. Well, I thought basically everybody was amazing except 50. Like me personally, I didn't think he sounded good. I think he sounded winded. He always did. To me personally, I love 50. Love him recorded, love it, everything. His actual sound and performance, wasn't the
Okay.
best. Everybody else sounded fucking amazing.
Mary J did her thing.
Mary J did a thing, but what I love about Mary is even from the 90s, one of the worst dancers ever. Like, she's
Yeah.
the best.
Her-
Like her
her-
steps. Like, I love Mary, but it's been known since back in the 90s. Like, she just got like
The Mary
Hey,
stomp.
the
hey.
penny stomp.
Her, Tony Braxton,
Yeah.
and rest in peace, Whitney, you know, they weren't known for stepping too hard.
No
Yeah.
legs.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How about you, Cairo?
man, it was dope seeing Anderson .Paak on the drums.
That was dope.
Oh yeah.
That was
He
dope.
was having
That
the
was
time
dope.
of his life
Oh,
with that.
hell yeah.
Not for nothing though. We all know that the game should have been. If you swap 50 for the game during that set, and they would even if they
I
did
mean,
hate
you're
it
not
or love
wrong
it,
there. You're
if they
not
did
wrong.
hate it or love it, 50 and the game
Hate
would
it
have
or
been
love
the
it, he
biggest moment of that whole thing. So I respect to the game. You know what I mean? I would have
That would have been big because game is definitely
West
a
Coast.
representative West Coast, and you know, it was
And he's a great live performer, too.
But 50 wouldn't have let that happen. He's because he goes into these off and on again coolness with people he used to be down with. So I think right now he's on the outs with games, or they're cool. They just don't even deal with each other.
hate it or love it. would rock.
it's like this though, you know, to do a great performance, right? Especially, can you pass me this, Cairo?
I got a gift for you.
What is that?
That's right.
This is I'm gonna swap this out. Okay,
There you
look, see this
Aton
contrast.
joint.
This is contrast
Pedro
for you.
joint.
This
Yeah.
hold, don't talk at the same time, fucker. All right, look, contrast. Right here for you, so you know. All right, the reg, the not so reg.
Yes.
I thought it was dope. I thought 50's performance, yeah, it needed work.
Yeah.
But I think that's because, you know, my dude ain't focused on doing shows.
Word.
Like he's focused on other big moves that he's doing that have nothing to do with music, and like, you know, music may have been the first passion, but now it's like kind of like, okay, it's over here. And he ain't doing as much live shows. I mean, really, who has? So in terms of preparation, maybe he wasn't all the way there. But it was dope to see him because, I mean, you know, he had a couple of gigs here that were lined up that got canceled because of the pandemic and other shit. So I think this was, you know, Snoop and Dre saying, yo, we're going to bring you 50 because he ain't been here in a while. And you know, it was cool. Performance could have been better, for sure.
I heard there was supposed to be a Pac hologram.
That was a rumor.
Yeah, that's just shit they put out there so that you can
I mean, it would have been cool
get
to see.
excited about something.
I want to talk about this light above me. Is this a fucking HPS grow light? Like, this is...
You're under interrogation.
This is serious.
No, you're well lit right
Well
there,
lit,
buddy.
fam.
Shining like a motherfucker.
Shining like a diamond.
Hey, let me clear it up to this because if anyone thinks I was saying anything, no, I don't think as far as me saying it's cool, it was excellently performed from beginning to end, and the fact that they kept it clean,
Yes.
100% loved every bit and part of it.
Word.
Right.
And it was like B said, a great representation of LA at the fucking LA, you know, sports bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know what was good? My pop's a 71. He's not a big hip-hop fan, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was put together well, where
it was very
the
entertaining.
beats were good. Yeah, you didn't offend people who are older, who don't want to hear the vulgar shit.
Yeah, you know, it was good. They cleaned
very.
it up. It was very professional.
It was.
It was dope to see Doc on the fucking on the piano.
What?
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
It was a great representation. Of
I mean,
New York.
you know, some motherfuckers say, well, you know, they should have had, you know, a Latino artist up there to represent LA. But guess what, man? No, they didn't. It's Black History Month.
Right.
It's what Dre wants to do, what he wants to present. Just accept it because it was fucking dope
That's
for
right.
what
Yeah.
it was, and just, you know, get over it.
People are gonna say something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's always gonna be something.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, look, don't make something out of nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
This was
Yep.
Dre's day
Hey, and it was awesome to
at
see
the Snooper Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And to see all of them together perform at the Super Bowl, like every one of those artists is still here, and they all got down in front of millions
And sounded great.
and sounded great.
Yeah.
Hey, The Rock was pretty cool. You know, like
Oh, The Rock.
starting the game off, it was pretty cool. It was different.
He's a G.
You want to hear?
It was good energy.
You want to hear how much of a sports ball fan and guy I was? I was busy working on music till because in my head I thought for sure, oh, the game starts at 5, but that's just I don't know. I'm not sports ball is not my thing.
Yes.
But so I 4:45. I'm like, all right, cool, shit. Let me get ready to cause I was, let me just I had my phone charging and I wasn't watching anything, so I was like, all right, fuck it, And then I just, I click right to Peacock and to the game, and it says, second quarter.
You're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
fuck.
5 seconds left, and I was like, oh, well.
It's halftime.
I guess halftime show is about to start, and that's the only way I caught because I was like, oh well, let me go check it out. I mean, I guess the game's gonna start soon.
Yeah.
That's how. And I only watched the halftime show, and then once the Rams were they went when the Bengals came up, not to I didn't want to jinx it because my grandpa's a huge Rams fan, so I had to stop watching because I was like, oh, they didn't start falling behind till I started watching. So then I got out.
You know,
glad that
people
you're
get
right.
caught up in that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, I just mushed the fucking team. I'm gonna stop watching. I'm gonna walk out of the room.
Yeah, I did for my grandpa. If only for anything. I was like, oh my God. If I told him, yeah, I started watching and they started losing, my grandpa would give me the look like, you what?
You motherfucker.
How dare you, motherfucker?
You know that's my team.
Where's Bobito, by the way?